Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Daniel Shin, and you're at This Gamer Channel.
So for today, I'm going to be playing Hearthstone again in the newest Tavern Brawl mode called Banana Brawl. Mukla is a year older and he loves bananas. Whenever one of your minions dies, he gives you a banana to celebrate. This particular mode, once again, gives you a free pack, and you actually have to build a deck, which I've already done. Basically, I'm playing Mechmage.
You asked for it. My magic will tear you apart.
A full deck list will be provided in the description below. I'm not going to be explaining the full deck list in this video, but I do want to point out a couple of things that are a variation of Mechmage. But first of all, you need to understand how Banana Brawl works. So whenever a minion dies, you get a free banana card. There are different types of banana cards, and they're kind of like the mech spare parts. So the most common bananas is an ability that gives one of your minions +1/+1 for 1 mana. There's also a card that gives you +2/+2 for 1 mana. There's a banana that deals 1 damage to target minion for 1 mana. And there's also a banana that switches your power and health, also costing 1 mana. So very much similar to the spare parts cards that came out with the Gnomes and Goblins expansion. So basically, the variations on the Mechmage deck list that I've made include Sorcercer's Apprentice, which reduces the cost of each spell by 1. I intend to accumulate a lot of spare parts and some of these bananas, and then play one of these Sorcerers, Sorcerer's Apprentices, and have all these free spare parts and banana cards that I can use. I've also added Archmage Antonidas, which is a legendary mage who, every time you cast a spell, you get a free fireball spell put into your hand. And that is my finisher / closer for the game. And hopefully I'll be able to show you his synergy during the course of this game. So far as you've been watching in the early part of this game, I've just been trading back and forth with Magic Ray, my opponent here. Right now, I have been taking a lot of early damage because of the Micro Machine that he got into play on his turn 1. Micro Machine is a very aggressive card, especially if it's left in play, but it doesn't provide significant board presence. And so even though I've taken 9 damage at this point in the game, I've been able to maintain significant board control of the board now on my turn 4. Looks like my opponent started using some big bananas and regular sized bananas. I know my opponent thinks that Micro Machine is very important, but I honestly don't agree with his trying to use up his valuable banana cards on a minion that's going to die to 4/1 without getting that 11 damage hit onto my hero. It just isn't worth it. Now I've gotten very lucky here because I got a big banana, which is the banana card that provides +2/+2 to a minion for only 1 mana. However, my opponent and many opponents who play this mode play this troll card, and Magic Ray has one in play, and this troll card gets stronger the more spells you play. So because there's so many spare parts and bananas flying around, this creature has the potential for growing very, very large and out of control if you don't take care of it sooner rather than later. Now my opponent has placed out 2 Stone Splinter Trogs into play, so he's placed a lot of pressure on me to take out both of them before I can utilize any of these banana cards of mine. Right now I'm still aiming to control the board as much as I can. And whenever you play against the mage, you always have to be very conscientious of exactly how much mana they have. Anyone who knows anything about Hearthstone realizes that mages who have 7 mana always have the ability to Flame Strike and deal 4 damage to all minions and completely control the board. So right now I'm in excellent shape in this game. I am still at lower life, and it is concerning because my opponent looks like he's trying to deal damage straight to my hero. I, however, have set up the board in an excellent manner such that I can start utilizing some of these bananas in sync with the Sorcerer's Apprentice, like I mentioned, in order to make sure all of my important minions have at least 5 health, so that if my opponent happens to be playing with Flame Strike, I would still have a significant board presence because I'd have multiple minions left at 1. So right now I'm clearing out his board, and this is the time to play Sorcerer's Apprentice. And now all these bananas get reduced in cost by 1, so now they're all free. And I can utilize all these banana spells to make sure all of my minions that are dealing damage are going to survive. Now this is a good example of why I thought that the opponent's use of the bananas on the micro machine wasn't that useful. There's a huge difference of using enhancement ability on a creature that's going to use it that turn, or since my opponent's micro machine was frozen earlier in the game, he wasn't going to be able to utilize any of that power enhancing effects until the turn afterwards. But of course, as you saw, I was able to take out the micro machine before he was ever able to use it. That 11 damage that he could have done with that micro machine would have been the difference between me living and me being at 0 life right now at this point in the game. So at this point in the game, I have to be honest, I think my opponent was thinking about what to do, but clearly a Flame Strike would not have gotten him back in the game, so ultimately my opponent had timed out of his turn. However, I think this deck list is really strong. I do recommend trying it out. I think Sorcerer's Apprentice is one of the key cards because having the bananas is great, but being able to play them all on the same turn for free makes a huge difference in the game. And Sorcerer's Apprentice, in addition to spare parts, is probably one of the strongest cards in Tavern Brawl for specifically the Banana Brawl version of Tavern Brawl. It's something I definitely recommend. Well, anyway, looks like that was the game. My opponent essentially conceded on turn 7, and I earned my free pack for it. So, as always, I'm going to end this video by opening up my pack. I always think it's very exciting, and I hope to still get a legendary open video capture. Let's see what we get this time. Have that. Oh, my rare's here. It's a head crack. Have that also. Any legendaries? No. Common. Alright, well, another disappointing pack. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And enjoy playing Banana Brawl yourself.